greetings everyone. Good morning, happy Friday. I want to come to you briefly and just to discuss dementia. I have been reading a book from Dr. Furman on defeating dementia. And I'm so adamant about this book because, it affects a lot of people with diabetes and other disease such as cancer and different things that I have learned that can cause Alzheimer's or dementia. So it is very interesting, this book, to me, because I want to share the knowledge that I am learning in this book with you guys. I remember when my mom was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and the doctor tried to, describe what was going on with her. And I thought about when he said there was like a sticky, something like a sticky little spaghetti thing on her brain. And it was more like, for example, like plaque, how the plaque builds up on our teeth and we have to scrape it off and take care of the plaque. If we don't take care of the plaque, it can do a lot of damage to our teeth and our gums and so on and so forth, that it can sink into our system and cause us a lot of problems. So when the doctor was trying to explain years ago about how the tumor had built up in my mom's brain, and that they had to go in and do the surgery and scrape off whatever it was that they need to scrape off. I'm not a doctor, so uh, I'm trying to explain it as best as I know how. So when I was reading Dr. Foreman's book, I thought about my mom when she had brain surgery the first time, and she just recently had brain surgery again. And I'm so grateful and thankful that she is still here. But it reminds me of how dementia starts. It starts in the brain, and it's like a protein, some kind of beta amyloid. I may be saying it wrong. And they go in there and they scrape that off like plaque. It builds up in the brain, and that's why so many people are foggy when it comes down to memory loss. Sometimes we forget our words or what to say, and most of the time I thought it was genetic. It was just passed on by generation. And I learned that 20% of that is true, just 20%, but most of the time people will accumulate or get Alzheimer's or dementia because of the age that they are, progressing in age, or maybe it's because they really didn't take good care of themselves when they was younger due to exercise and food. So I was thinking that most of it was not generic, genetic. And it's really not, just 20%. And 20% is not a lot. So I had to write down some things just to elaborate on today. So it says that only 5%, I correct myself. It says family genetics, less than 5%, between 30 and 60 years old. So when you start developing Alzheimer's and dementia, family-wise, genetic-wise, you'll start getting it at the age where you can get it at the age of 30 or 60, according to this book. It's not what I said, but it's according to Dr. Furman's book that I am reading. I do not diagnose or cure anything, but I'm just reading the book and just elaborating on it to give out the information that I'm learning in here. Then it says, after 60 years, the sporadic Alzheimer's disease usually occur later in life after the age of 60. So most of us, if we don't take care of ourselves after 60, then that's when it really speeds up the process to where we can start developing or getting Alzheimer's or dementia. And as I read this book, it's really opening my eyes to examine and be careful of what I am intaking and putting in my body as well. Some of the things I thought was healthy, that realizing that it's really not healthy, and so I'm really learning from this book, and I want to encourage some people out there who may have a loved one, a family member, a friend, or know someone who's suffering from dementia, and maybe they can understand, because sometimes we just don't understand that a loved one or someone we know that is suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's, we just don't understand what is going on. And as soon as we educate ourselves, we begin to say, oh, this is it. This is what the book is saying. This is what Dr. Furman is saying in the book. This was going to happen, so we would know how to deal with different situations instead of, just saying, I don't know what's wrong with this person. They're acting real weird. So we need to educate ourselves on a lot of things. And if I would have educated myself years ago, when my dad was diagnosed with cancer, maybe I would have been more, aware of what I needed to do on my part. And so he was diagnosed with cancer, liver cancer, and so it defeated him. And those are one of the things that, if I was aware of what to do and aware of getting some answers or support on helping me with my dad, then I believe, he would have lived a little bit longer. But we live and we learn from experience, and so now that I'm older and I'm really looking into some things and doing research on taking care of myself and helping others, such as my mom, with the brain tumor, and thank God the surgeon got all of the tumor out this time. So I'm excited about that. But along the way, she did have, excuse me, I'm getting a call in. She did have a stroke along the way, but it's getting better. So I'm learning about stroke patient, and how to deal with that. So it's an exciting journey. It's a learning journey. Life is learning. You know, we navigate through life. We learn as much as possible. We consume as much as possible, and we keep going and share that experience. You know, sometimes we begin to shut down and keep a lot of things inside of us, and we keep the knowledge that we need to share, because a lot of people are searching and looking for answers, just like I did. You know, when my dad was diagnosed with cancer, it was some things that I needed to learn and I needed to know. But you know, sometimes we fail to do our research. Sometimes we fail to seek for answers or get answers to our questions, and sooner or later, you know, it's too late. So knowledge is powerful, you know, especially when your loved one or someone you know that is is going through something. It don't have to be dementia. It don't have to be cancer. You know, it could be a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. Diabetes or kidney disease. You know, people are going through so much these days, and they continue to have different problems and issues in their bodies. And you know, so it's so important to share what you know. It could help someone or it could save someone's life. But I do know, and I have been doing research on different foods, the intake that we have put in our bodies for years and years. And the most powerful thing that I do know is water intake. You know, they express, when I say they, the doctors told my mom it was so very important for her to intake water and continue with the water, and eat a lot of green vegetables. So I'm learning that water is powerful. You know, water flushes out the toxic waste and the bacterias, the unhealthy bacterias that in our bodies and everything. So water is very important these days. Water is important as always, but we never think about the simple things, the small things, such as water. You know, we can live off of water, but we also have to eat the right foods, the healthy foods, and we have to put that in our body to give us energy. Also, you know, the green vegetables like the broccoli and the greens and the cabbage, you know, eating things that will fuel our body and give us energy and longevity, and it's just a lot of things that we can do to prevent cancer, to prevent diabetes, to prevent a lot of disease that lingers, you know. And so Dr. Furman has really broke this down, and I will continue to read the book and elaborate on different things in the book. And I hope this helps someone, this book right here, and the information that you guys are receiving. I hope it really opened your eyes, because a lot of things in our life, especially that goes on in our bodies, that we can play our part. We can do our part and help prevent a lot of disease or stop a lot of disease that are lurking in our body, especially diabetes. You know, it's reversible. It's reversible if we don't wait too long. But if we will just change our lifestyle, our eating habits, and eat more healthy foods, then we can really stomp diabetes. One thing that I am working on is, and I don't mind sharing this with you guys, is starting a garden, you know, just starting my own garden. And I want some tomatoes, I want some cucumbers, I want some greens, I want some fruits. So I am starting on that project, and I just want to do my part and live a healthy life as best as I know how. So I hope this helps someone today. And thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. And I will see y'all soon. And have a happy, wonderful, blessed day. Bye-bye.